Are we live?
Nobody called it inside the cookies, man.
Okay. All right, well, welcome fans that are here for the Power Hockey match. We have the Philadelphia PowerPlay versus the Toronto Toros. Both are 1-0 to start off the tournament. Now, I'm going to list off the team for the Philadelphia PowerPlay. We got in goal, we got number 29, Anthony D'Amico. And we got number 7, Luke Hoban. Oh, this helps. Sorry. We got Alex Pitts, we got Jake Saxon, we got Liam Miller, and now my buddy Ben here is going to be listing off the Toronto Toros.
So on the other side of the ball here, we've got Dan DePoche in the net with Alex McLean on defense. We have Ramin Raunic on the wing with Michael Martins at center and Nasib Ogo rounding up the line.
All right, let's get this action going underway. The game's about to start here. We got Jake Saxon, Michael Martins in the center for the face-off. Here we go. All right, we got loose ball, but Alex Pitts takes the ball. He dumps it in. Nasib Ogo collects the ball. He's picking it up. He's taking his time with the ball. He dumps it down for Michael Martins. Going down the wing, takes a shot, but goes way off.
That was a really good seam pass by Nasib. You can see him looking for that open hole, and that's something that the Toros have been really strong at so far in this tournament, is finding those lanes to hit the gaps and look for open shots.
Well, I do like it, as the level one is usually gathering a lot of the attention. We got another face-off here. Alex Pitts with the ball. He's going behind the net. Ramin Raunic is medium, but the dump is going into the Toronto Toros end. Nasib Ogo picks up the ball.
Good
Dumps
collection
it
by
down
Nasib.
for Ramin. And it goes out of play.
Good pressure there by the power play. It looks like they're going to be coming in with a lot of pace in this game, and the Toros are going to have to be on their toes.
Got another face-off here. It seems like Michael Martins is the face-off specialist for the Toros in this game. Big win as he tries to dump it back. Nasib Ogo picks up the ball. Taking his time. Takes a shot, but is blocked. Now Jake Saxon has the ball, but he's going to try and set the troops up, sets up a lane, and tries to set a breakup pass, but just misses Alex Pitts. But Alex Pitts is fighting for that ball, goes right to Liam Miller, and Miller passes it up to Saxton.
The patience we're seeing from Philly here to go back into their own end and set up these plays is definitely signature to their style and something that makes them very unique to other teams.
But the Toros are also understanding that they need to disrupt that, and they're doing just that. Nasib takes the ball, tries to pass it to Ramin. Ramin is fighting for that ball, goes back to Nasib, and takes a shot and just hits D'Amico.
Good forecheck there by Ramin. It looks like the Toros are coming in with a lot of pressure as well. This looks like it's going to be a forecheck heavy game. Very interested to see which style of pressure wins out in this game.
Oh, Alex Pitts breaks out with the ball. Just has Michael Martins to beat, but they're all so fast. But he tries to take backhand, misses it, gets Michael Martins, recollects the ball. He's going down the wing, tries to dump the pass. And they're fighting for the ball. Nasib has the ball behind the net.
Good defense so far by the power play. Looks like Pitts is looking for that stretch pass.
But Ramin Raunic collects the ball, dumps it. Oh, it stays in the ball in the end. Ogo has the ball. He's in the corner. Has two power play players around him, but passes up to Raunic.
This is great patience by Raunic.
But good block by Pitts. Pitts is just around the corner.
You notice that Raunic's coming in with a little added pressure as far as how he's using his stick as well, and it's really interesting to see how that's trying to combat some of the in-tight play that Philly likes so much.
Well, like Toros, they want to disrupt that play as Michael Martins plays it with some pressure. This Ogo collects the ball in his own zone.
That was a good attempt by Saxton. They're looking to try and find those lanes down the middle. It's really interesting to see them drop back to the center line here and just wait for the breakout to come at them. And we'll see what benefits that ends up creating for them.
Ogo's really taking his time with the ball. That's something I didn't see last tournament, but he's way more patient this tournament. Michael Martins is fighting for that ball. But Pitts collects the ball, passes it up to Saxton, but Saxton's met up by 2 players, but he still manages to keep up with the ball.
You notice that physical pressure from the Toros is something that we didn't see as much last tournament, but they're really trying to be more physical on the power play in this game.
But like what they're doing so well is they're closing out that neutral zone. It's making it hard for the power play. But here we have the power play with a chance possibly. Pitts has the ball. He takes a shot, but hits off Alex McLean, number 44.
Saxton just wants to play high. It looks like he's looking for an open shot as the ball pops out because we know that his wrister is one of the most deadly in the game right now.
It totally is, but they have Ranek neutralizing that with like his strength, his speed, and it's great to see. And the play goes out of bounds, and we get a whistle. You know, like sometimes it's good to have a little break. You know, like get those jitters out. You know.
I find that early in games, especially games at the tournament level, it's good to get the jitters out early, and once you get those first couple whistles in, you feel like you're more into the game, and it makes a big difference in your overall play.
Saxton takes the ball down to the corners, but met up with Ogo. Ogo's going to go around the net, try and set up a play, set up a seam for his play. But he passes up to Raunek. Raunek collects the ball and then dumps it down. Saxton picks it up.
Saxton's got a hole. This could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous.
They love that cross seam pass. Saxton picks up the ball.
Good play by Raunek there, pressuring the stick.
Good stick play. That is what the Toros need to do. Now let's see what the Philadelphia power play can do.
Martins is looking for the ball. He's found it. This could be deadly. Martins has one heck of a wrister up high.
Good pass to Ogo. Liam Miller's like playing the position. Oh, what
a defensive play. Alex Pitts rejects that shot by Ogo.
That is some excellent hand-eye coordination by Alex Pitts. And honestly, like that is what I've seen them do that a lot of power play. Like they do whatever they can to block that shot, and I see it game in, game out, you know?
I think that on the offensive side of the ball, one of the things that's surprising me the most is the way that the power play are waiting for those lanes to just open up.
Just was able to get to it was Anthony D'Amico. Anthony D'Amico was last year named top goalie at the 2018 North American Tournament. And he's still showing it by that solid play, making a big save. Saxton with the great patience, great security of the ball. Raunek takes a shot.
I will definitely say that it looks to me like the Toros are controlling the game at the moment. And the power play are going to have to look for a way to adjust a little bit and get some shots towards the net.
Good stop by D'Amico. That is a long shot. And those are hard shots to stop, but he read that play.
The Toros are just defending that stretch pass in the way that the power play break out so well that this is going to turn into, I think it's going to be a 1, maybe 2 goal game with the way this is going.
Yeah, so far. But good stick checks, stick play by both teams. Raunek coming down the wing, but now we have Bryce Smith in play for the Philadelphia power play.
Ogo with the forecheck, that's something new. We didn't see that as much earlier today.
Saxton with the ball. Saxton is like one of the best ball handlers at this tournament, and he's showing it with that great patience. But so are the Toros with their patience and their positioning. But Ogo steals the ball from Saxton. He's going behind the net. Almost a goal there, but Raunek is coming around the ball.
What a save.
Nice.
What a save by D'Amico.
Big stick save by D'Amico. Raunak has the ball. He's going around behind the net, but Liam Miller is there to stop the play.
There's definitely no quit in the Toros on these forecheck plays. They just recycle, cycle, and get shots towards the net, and it's pressure that the power player struggling to deal with at the moment.
The Toros play a strong, fast, physical game, and let's see if the Philadelphia power play can match that up. They got the skill, and they got the speed. Now let's see what else they can do. Pitts has the ball, passes it up to Saxton. Saxton and Raunak are racing for the ball. Raunak wins the race.
Ogo is just looking for that lane. You see him play behind his net. This is something he's known for as well, as the patience behind his own net to create breakouts.
But it's like you said, Raunak is waiting for that pass. So like, Raunak and Ogo have a lot of chemistry together, and like they're looking at that to possibly pop in a goal here.
The chemistry between Ogo and Raunak is definitely showing with the way that Raunak's been driving the net. These battles in the corner are also going to be interesting with the way that the power play like to finesse.
And it's good to know, like, the Philadelphia power play may be physically weaker. Oh, big save.
Nice
Big save by
Depoche.
Dan Depoche.
So what do you think the power play need to do to generate some more offense in the zone?
Well, they got to keep cycling the play and like using their chairs to defend the ball when they have it. It's something that they're so good at. Pitts is good with the point shot, and he scores!
That was a great set play by the power play. You could see that pick set and ready to go when Pitts won the faceoff.
Yeah, and it's a great point shot. He has an incredible shot, and I believe he led the tournament scoring last year. And he's continuing with that way this year. Now, let's see how the Toronto Toros can respond. Like, can they continue off with that strong, stingy play? But, you know, the Philadelphia power play, as soon as they get one in, they typically score more. All right, we got a face-off win. Saxon has the ball. He's taking his time, but Raunak is trying to put pressure, but Bryce Smith is making some solid defensive play.
One of the keys, I think, in this situation is going to be how the Toros bounce back. One of the things that we've noticed over the last couple of years is sometimes when teams give up a goal, it takes them a second to kind of bring things back together and get back to their system. It'll be interesting to see if the Toros stick to the game plan here, but it looks like that's not an issue at all. Great rush by them.
Oh, Raunak had a good chance right there. That's what they want him to do. Like, because Nassib's not gonna get many shots, but it's gonna be up to Raunak. So Ogo and the Raunak connection is still looking strong, but down 1-0. Let's see how they can do. Continuing, we have 5 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first period.
It looks like Ogo has come off and Captain Harris Farid is about to make his way onto the court, and we'll see if that changes the way they plan on playing the game.
Farid is a very shifty player, very strong player. And let's see like how that can change it up. Raunak has the ball.
Nice pass.
Tucks it in for Farid to get the ball. Raunak passes it back to Martins, but Martins has to go back into his zone to collect the ball. McLean is trying to set up a pick. Martins behind the net, send a play.
Good collection by Martins.
And
nice move.
Good chair positioning. Like he had that angle played well. Is going down the left wing, trying to get that shot down. But loses the ball to Saxton. Saxton pass to Miller up the middle. Almost had a good chance. Miller.
One of the things I'm noticing here is that the Toros are doing a very good job of closing down those lanes, like I was saying, for the stretch passes that the power play love to do, and that's really thwarting what they look for in terms of offensive possession zone time. But as we can see, you give them one opportunity, and they'll capitalize.
Saxton passes the ball, but loses it to Farid. Oh, clear chance, but Rana makes the great defensive play and clears it from the net. And great pressure. Rana now even deep on the forecheck. Wow. Defense and offense. Rana. But Michael Martins has the ball, passes it back behind the net to nobody, to himself. Sorry. But Bryce Smith is there to make the big defensive stop. Rana is going to meet at center court. Miller's there to create some pressure. Him and Saxton. Miller's going to meet him on the other end.
Nice move by Raunak to get around
tucks
Miller.
it in, goes up the middle, goes now going up the left wing. Great ball control by Raunak. Saxton with the ball, taking his time, going behind the net, waiting for that play to develop.
Saxton's got a hole. This could be dangerous. Closed it. Martins closed it down.
But still, Saxton has the ball, tries to do a nifty backhand shot. Farid has the ball, taking his time.
Tried to pull out some of those shifty moves you were referring to.
It's what he does. Like, he loves to tuck it in behind you. Like, try to get an odd shot, any shot he can make. Martins has the ball, going behind the net. Scratch that in front of the net.
Oh.
But, almost lost it and coughed it up. But, you know, still, they're strong defensively. They make mistakes, but they cover it up real quick.
Nice shot by Farid here. Oh. Looks like we have it. Chair down.
Farid taking the shot.
Looks like everybody's okay.
A little shaken up, but doesn't look like he's too hurt. A little shaken up. He's going to have to come off. But it's good to know, like, good to see that he is all right.
Unfortunate part of the game sometimes, but good to see that Farid made it out of the situation unscathed, and glad to see that he's doing all right.
And, you know, that comes with the passion of hockey. Like, you know, like, some of us are willing to put our body on the line, but we want to make sure that we stay safe and stay healthy. But you know what? Actually, Farid is staying out there. He's a man. Like, he's a man to get out there. He wants to score that goal.
And here's a power play for the Toros. Let's see if they've got any set plays ready to go to tie up this game with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first
clocked
period.
it up, and they got the ball to Saxton. Saxton taking his time with Farid pressuring him.
Saxton's just killing this penalty.
Nifty play by Saxton. Lost his stick, but see, he recollects it. Free with the shot.
Oh, looks like we had two chairs get attached to each other, and just listening to what the ref has to say about that play. Looks like we're calling the captains over to discuss that last play.
Yeah, like, so the ref, like, he doesn't want to give anybody a penalty, but he wants to reassure that we have to remain safe. Like, everyone's safe and playing a good, clean game. All right, everyone's on board, and now let's get back to some hockey. And I see Ogo coming in. Farid going back.
Let's see if they've got a different power play set up with Ogo that they're looking to work towards to tie up this game with 2:26 to go in the first.
Ogo taking the faceoff against Saxton. Saxton, one thing that he does is he tucks the stick into his chair to match these players' strength.
It's a good idea to use that momentum in your chair, as it is a big benefit when dealing with players that are sometimes a little bit physically stronger.
Nice little pass by Martins to Raunak. Ogo with the ball in the corner.
Looks like we're trying to drive the front of the net. Uh-oh.
Raunak with the ball.
Oh,
Almost
so
had
close.
a clear shot to the net, but they're fighting for it. Smith and Saxton are fighting Raunak in the corner.
This is
Now
a
Ogo
good
has
situation.
a shot. Almost had a wraparound shot and almost went in, but Saxton now has the ball. Taking his time. Make sure he doesn't want to lose the ball behind the net.
One thing that's unique about what Saxton's deciding to do here is they're not looking to clear the ball out of the zone on the penalty here. They're looking to hold on to possession to get Pitts some extra time to get out of the box.
And that's what they want to do. Like, why give the other team the possession when they can just try and kill it off themselves? But the risk is that you could lose possession in your own zone.
And that's exactly what we saw with that last chance on the wraparound. Oh, this could be it.
No.
Nice try by Martins.
But it was a great play, great heads-up play to see that Martins was in front of the net. Almost a shot. Now we got Pitts out of the penalty box.
Good setup by Raunic. Ogo's going back to try and set the play one more time before the end of the period with 45 seconds left.
Taking his time. That's what he needs to do. Raunic now collects the ball, dumps it back. It's a race for the ball. McLean is the first one to reach the ball. Now he has support coming in. Martins is right there, but Pitts is to his right. But Raunic collects the ball, has a clean lane, but passes it to Ogo.
Good attempt on the pass. Ogo's trying to lean forward and get a little more reach into the shot.
Oh, just barely misses it. But Saxton with the ball.
Saxton is one of the most patient players I think I've ever seen when it comes to possession in his own end.
Raunic now collects the ball, tries to at least. Almost a chance, but we have the whistle. End of the first period with the Philadelphia power play up 1-0. So what are your thoughts on that first period, Ben?
Well, I think that the shots in that period were very close. The game started with the Toros getting a lot of forecheck pressure that I think the power play had to adjust to over time. But as I was saying earlier in the period, the one thing about the power play is you give them one chance and they are very consistent at converting on high quality chances. Even if you only give them a couple a game, you know that they're going to convert on at least one of those, and that's what we've seen here in the first period.
Well, do you know what? They never panicked. Like, for how much the Toros dominated the play, they still stuck with their game plan. And Jake Saxton with the ball possession, Liam Miller signing the picks, Bryce Smith with the strong defensive play, Anthony D'Amico with the great goaltending, and Alex Pitts with that one shot. And because of that one shot, we have a 1-0 game.
I think that Dan DePoche did have a solid period as well. I thought that he played really well in net, and I think the adjustments that were made by the Toros since they played the power play last have definitely made this game a much tighter checking game, and it's going to be very interesting to see if the Philadelphia power play chairs can handle all the turning and burning that's required in order to hold on to possession throughout the course of this game.
Well, it's so unusual to see DePoche in goal, as we're so used to seeing Lisiandro.
I think that the Toros have a couple of surprises for teams throughout the course of this tournament, and DePoche might have thrown the power play off a little bit, as he and Luigi have very different goaltending styles, and that can also affect the way that you approach the game as a forward and as a shooter, because you're looking at two completely different goaltending styles.
Totally, and it's good to have the structure in your play, both offense, defense, and goaltending, and you want to sort of change that up and like surprise the other team. And I think it did surprise Philadelphia a little bit. They struggled to get some offense going at the start, but you know what? One thing that Philadelphia is so good is they can adapt to the game as it goes, and you don't see that a whole lot with many teams. But like they don't panic. They have a history of like when they're down, but they're not out. They come back. I think it's that Philly mindset, like that Broad Street in them that they have.
What do you think the keys to the game are for the Toros here in the second period as they look to tie up the game?
Well, they got to slow down the game. They got to get the level one, Nasibo go, Harris Freed, more opportunities. Raunic is playing strong offensively and defensively, but they got to keep up that forecheck. They got to keep disrupting their patience. Like Saxon's with the ball, they can't just let them go around. They had to disrupt that play, and they were doing that very effectively at the start. But Saxon was able to kill off that penalty when Pitts was in the penalty box, and they gotta find a way. D'Amico's a solid goalie, and you gotta find that one opportunity to get that shot on net.
Absolutely. I think that as we go into this second period, it'll be interesting to see who deals with that forecheck pressure better. as I found in the first period, the team that dictated the game in terms of possession. Generally, we saw extended possessions in the offensive zone that created multiple shots once things were set up.
All right, we are setting things up. We have Dan DePoche, we have Alex McLean on defense, and the forwards for the Toros are Ramin Raunak, Michael Martins, and Nasib Ogo. Now, can you tell me who's starting for the Philadelphia PowerPlay?
It looks like we've got Alex Pitts at the center, Jake Saxton and Liam Miller on the wings, Bryce Smith on defense, and then we've still got D'Amico in the net.
No surprise. Checking in, the goalies are ready to go. Pitts and Ogo fighting for that. Going to be fighting for that ball at the face-off.
I find it interesting how far forward Pitts leans on face-offs in order to pull it back.
He's got good wrist movement, so that's how he's going to pull it back.
Ball behind the net here. Miller's looking to collect this, and Saxton's got the ball. Here comes the patience game.
Raunak is pressuring him. Got to keep out that pressure. Good pressure. Good reach. Raunak has got a long hockey stick that can reach in for the play.
He absolutely does, and that's one of the things that makes him so deadly on the forecheck.
Martins dumps it, passes it to Ogo off the boards. Ogo going down the left wing, but is met up by Bryce Smith. Smith with a strong defensive play.
Bryce is doing such a good job at closing off the lanes throughout the course of this game as well. It's very impressive to see how he's doing things on the back end.
Well, you know, he's playing the board, and the board man gets paid.
Miller gives it off to Saxton here. Saxton's looking for that signature hole.
Saxton taking his time. Passes it to Pitts down the right wing. But he's met up by Toros all around him. What can he do with the ball? Has to just dump it in. Now we have Ogo with the ball.
Ogo with the nice drop pass. Good effort by Raunak there. Pitts is...
But it's blocked by Pitts and is picked up by Saxton. Saxton collects the ball, taking his time as he always does. Great ball control. Great. Ogo's fighting for him on the boards.
Looks to me like Ogo's having trouble getting free there.
Martins is trying to collect the ball, but Miller's right on him.
Got to be careful with turnovers in front of the net.
Martins with the ball again. Was met by Saxton on the left, Miller on the right. But he has Raunak right there to help him.
Great ball support from both teams I've found throughout the course of this game.
Pitts takes a shot, just misses, and goes out of bounds. That's the kind of shot, like, he had the time and space to do it, but just couldn't get it into the net.
So one of the things that I've noticed that's been consistent throughout the course of the games today is that teams are looking for any shot that they can find as opposed to trying to hold on for some of those higher quality shots, generally speaking, as no shot towards the net is a bad shot.
Nice set play at the face-off for Philadelphia, but the ball's in the corner. Bryce Smith heavy on the forecheck. Martin's going down the left wing, waiting for that shot. Pitts with a high stick, and we got a stoppage in play.
So what do you think that the Toros have adjusted so far in this second period to try and create some more pressure?
Well, it's like they know that Raunak is the man that has to put on that pressure, like with that active stick, and he's getting that support too with Ogo, and Martins is getting involved too. But it's just like those active sticks. Like Toros are very good at that kind of pressure.
Ball's back in the corner here. We'll see what Saxton comes up with. He's a magician, as we've alluded to a few times so far this game.
But Raunak now has the ball, taking it down the wing. He has Martins down on the left. Martins collects the ball. He has an empty attempt, passes it to Raunak, and just is stopped by Anthony D'Amico.
So close on these passing plays. The Toros are just getting closer and closer.
Pitts collects the ball, passes it to Saxton, down the center, down the right wing. Saxton has some time, not a whole lot, as he's being pressured by Martins. Miller passes it back to Pitts. Pitts has the ball. What's he going to do with it? He's tending to dump it into the corner, but Martins now has the ball. Passes it to Raunak.
The Toros' pressure is just relentless so far this game. Would you agree?
They have to be. Philadelphia is a fast, talented team, and they got to play that man-to-man. Make it uncomfortable for them. Now Smith takes it to the corner for Pitts to recollect. But Ogo and Martins are heavy on the forecheck. Good active stick, and Philadelphia now lost the ball, but they're putting on the pressure to the Toros. Even when they lose the ball, they still play hard. They still play that forechecking game, but Raunak now has the ball. Stoppage. Oh,
High
another
stick there
high
by
stick.
Pitts, maybe.
But no stoppage in play as Toros collect the ball. Martin's taking his time, but he has Saxon with him. But he dumps it down to the Philadelphia line, and Alex Pitts recollects. Now we play a tennis match. Alex Pitts dumps it down to the Toros for Saxon to pick up. Oh,
He tried for that short side shot, and that's one of Saxton has a few very dangerous shots that people are aware of, and one of the unique ones that he possesses is that short side shot where he tries to tuck it behind the goalie. He's unbelievably talented at hitting that shot.
and I've seen him score earlier today on that. So, as a goalie, you want to get tight on that post. To be honest, as a goalie, it is hard because you want to make sure you're covering all corners, and sometimes you unknowingly have an open hole that sometimes Saxton can hit.
He definitely has an eye for the net.
Saxton has the play
Uh-oh.
going down the lane.
Yeah.
And takes a shot and he scores!
You
What a
can't-
shot by Jake Saxton. Top corner.
Saxton is just so dangerous up high.
And
so dangerous.
And that was all set up on the face-off. They create that space and get Saxton the ball. So deadly.
We've seen 2 set plays off face-offs from the power play result in goals. And it'll be interesting to see if the Toros pick up on those set plays and adjust in order to shut those plays down.
Raunak now taking the face-off against Alex Pitts.
Another interesting adjustment that I've noticed in this game is the fact that Raunak isn't able to do his forehand pullback on the face-off that the Toros like so much.
And that's Philadelphia has home courts, so they get to choose which side they want to do face-offs. Jake is hard on the forecheck, pressure.
Ogo's looking for the breakout here.
He's going to look for the pass, but Bryce Smith makes a stoppage right there. Good defensive play.
Saxton looking for that stretch pass. Didn't quite make it there and out of play.
Saxton almost had it. Pitts just put a little bit too much heat on it.
Sometimes, you just gotta throw the change up in there to make sure little off speed never hurt when you're making that breakout pass.
Oh, we got a timeout by the Toronto Toros.
Pull the troops together, see if we can get the strategy that everyone on the same page as far as the strategy. Maybe work some new things in there.
It may be 2-0, but they're still far from out of it.
Oh, by far. We're only halfway through the game here. There's a whole nother half to go, and the Toros have been phenomenal when it comes to applying pressure. They just haven't been able to buy a goal so far this game.
The Toronto Toros, they're taking time out to recollect, but also it can break up the momentum that Philadelphia was having. Sometimes that is also an important part that people don't really think about when they take a timeout. It's just, take a breather, calm down. It's only 2-0. You still got lots of time. You still got 9 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second period.
It's like sometimes in football, right before the kicker's about to kick a field goal, you got to ice the kicker to change up that momentum, right? Same thing they're looking to do here.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see if we are going to see Fareed come back on, as they were going back and forth between Ogo and Fareed for a bit as we come out of the timeout.
So what do you think the Toros need to do to get back into this game?
I think that the Toros are doing a very good job as far as applying pressure and starting to get shots up high, but D'Amico is showing himself to be one of the stronger goalies at this tournament yet again. So it's just going to be a matter of getting shots through to D'Amico and potentially crashing the net for rebounds.
And as a shooter, it's hard. Like, when you go up against a goalie that's on their game, you're just saying, like, do I have to get that perfect shot? Just in our game, you just have to get shots on net and, like, you know, hope for rebounds, hope for something. And that's what the Toros got to do. Just gotta keep getting those shots on net. Don't have to look for that perfect shot because you don't know what could happen. Get that rebound, that garbage goal as they call it.
Sometimes being the garbage man isn't such a bad thing.
Sometimes.
All goals are good goals. They all count for one.
Exactly. What did Wayne Gretzky say? Like 100% of the shots that you don't take don't go in or something?
I believe the exact phrase is you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Jake Saxton has the ball in the corner, collects it up. It's going around. That great speed, that great patience.
Looking for that lane.
Passes up to Miller up the middle. But Ogo collects the ball. It's going down the right wing. Takes a low shot, but Bryce Smith makes a stop. But Ogo recollects the ball, taking it deep, going behind the net, maybe for a chance at a wrap or something.
Look at this patience by the Toros. They're mixing it up. We see a shot. Oh, Bryce Smith with the big block.
Nice read. Martin's trying to create some space for Ogo, but like you said, Smith with the block shot.
Referee Tim Coleman with the whistle there.
All right, now we got any change-ups, and still got the same lineups for both teams. Players are communicating. That's what you need to do. No matter what, no matter in what situation, you always got to communicate with your team. They wrestle for the ball. They're like literally going stick for stick.
Saxton was not going to let Ogo through that lane.
And it might cost them, as we might be getting a penalty here.
This is a big chance for the Toros and could be a turning point in the game as they look to bring the score to 2-1 with this power play coming up.
Oh, we're getting offsetting minors. Saxton for Ogo.
That's an interesting trade-off for the power play, as Ogo is a big component to the Toros offense.
Now, is it offsetting minors and like we can still play 4-on-4, or are we going to do 3-on-3?
It looks like we're looking at 3-on-3.
Now, I think this is what Emmett Britton is talking about. And, yep, now we're going to see Harris Fareed go into the game. Because they're just offsetting minors, so it's 4-on-4. Now, this is a great opportunity for the Toronto Toros, potentially. But it's still 4-on-4. Now, let's see who the Philadelphia power play. The Philadelphia power play have Luke Hoban out there in Jake Saxton's place. So Luke Hoban, Alex Pitts, Bryce Smith, and Liam Miller for the Philadelphia power play. Harris Fareed, Michael Martins, Ramin Raunak, and Alex McLean in for the Toros for this 4-on-4.
The Ogo for Saxton trade-off, I would say, is actually a pretty equal one in terms of the impact they have for their teams. So I think it will be a matter of who plays their system better as we look at this upcoming play.
Now it looks like we're going back to the play. Tim is called play on. Pitts versus Fareed in the face-off.
Raunak's really pushing for this breakout.
He sees this as his opportunity to score, but Miller collects it, dumps it for Pitts to possibly dump it down, but he's being pressured by Fareed. Pitts still collects the ball, dumps it down into the corner for McLean to collect. Raunak now has the ball, being pressured by Smith, but he takes his time and he sees his chance, trying to pass it up to Fareed. Fareed has the ball, trying to cut it down the middle, takes a shot. Big save by D'Amico.
Raunak's ball control throughout the course of this game has really impressed me.
Well, he knows that he's going to be a difference maker. he's a very, very effective level 2. Martins now collects the ball. Going down the left wing, takes
Martin's
a
got
lob
that
shot.
bomb.
Oh!
Oh, what a save by D'Amico.
Did that go off the arm?
It sure did.
Now we got the play. So close for the Toros to make it a 2-1 game.
Martin's coming back with the bomb again. Nice
But
save,
another
D'Amico.
save. Ronak with the ball. Takes a backhand and another save by D'Amico. D'Amico standing on his head. Now Martins with the shot, with the ball again, takes a shot.
Oh, what a
and
block.
Hits with the great hand-eye coordination like we talked about before. Hits is one great two-way player.
You can really feel the Toros offense humming right now, though. It'll be interesting to see if the power play can withstand the onslaught that's coming their way. Referee stops the play. Looks like we might be having some issues with the chair. Making sure Fareed's all right.
Maybe. Looks like everyone is fine. I think you are right. Chairs just got caught up.
Coach and staff making sure everybody's all right.
Yeah, both coaches from both teams coming out.
We got some happy campers, and I think we're good to go for the next face-off.
But we got Tim having a conversation with Fareed and Smith.
The referees are definitely trying to make sure that everything stays in order as far as this game goes.
Yeah, and like Tim is a veteran ref. He's been refereeing for over 10 years, so he has a lot of experience.
Tim's been around for a long time.
Tim gave me a look.
Gave us a little smile.
Yes. We got a fight in the corner. Free looking around for some help.
And we got another dead play. Either the ball was trapped in the corner, somebody's stuck. Let's see what the case is here. The ball got stuck between two chairs, it looks like. So
Dead chair, possibly? Like, oh, he got flipped into manual from what I'm hearing. So, good thing, like, not wheelchair major malfunction, but hopefully Hoban can get back into the game. And it looks like he is. Everything's good to go.
I don't know what we would do without the ace reporters we've got on the sidelines here. It's so helpful to get some added context when needed.
Yes, you know, like, more sets of eyes, the better. Smith going for that ball, but he's met up with Harris Fareed. Or Michael Martins, sorry. Now Martins with the ball.
Martins is looking for that bomb.
And Miller's expecting that bomb too, but he passes out to Raunak. Raunak takes a big shot, but stopped by Pitts.
Pitts and Bryce Smith really combined well for that defensive play, and I think Smith is having a great game.
Pitts recollects the ball, taking his time. Looking up, you know, that's important. You want to see what's in front of you. Can't always just be looking down at the ball. Smith down with the ball. Chance at possible break. But Martins now has the ball, taking a shot. Just misses the net, but still in play. Raunak is behind the ball, trying to make some pressure.
I've noticed that the Toros have really backed off that forecheck pressure a little bit. It looks like they've changed things up and are maybe looking for some turnovers higher in the zone to maybe create some more shots.
Miller with the ball in the corner here. Stick handling. Now, Fareed is pressuring him on the right. Fareed has the ball, but he's got two Philadelphia power play players right on him.
Once that thing pops out, somebody's going to turn and burn. Here comes Martins down the wing.
Down has the ball, taking a shot. Just misses the net.
Just can't solve D'Amico right now. He's a rock.
Even though that was missing the net, D'Amico still read the play. Rannoch almost had a chance to wrap it from behind. But Hoban's covering that backside for D'Amico.
Looks like everybody's getting friendly, nice and close together. See what happens when the ball pops out here. Rannoch lost his stick. Veteran referee Tim making sure that he gets that back right away.
Now Miller collects the ball. Taking his time, looking up. Has Fareed pressuring him.
Oh, nice pick by Pitts.
But Rannoch collects the ball, taking it the other way. Rannoch heavy on the pressure as he leans forward in his chair.
Martin's looking for that breakout stretch pass. Gives it off to Fareed. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, big shot coming. Nope, Pitts shuts it down.
Good stick check.
3:36 to go in the second period here.
And the penalty is now over. Jake Saxon is back out on the court. And as Hoban looks like he's coming off. But Toronto Toros are keeping Harris Fareed out, even though Nasib Bogo's penalty is over too.
Ball's under a chair here. See who comes out with possession. Toros are pressuring to go quick turn and burn, but it ends up with Saxton.
Saxton with the ball in the corner. Tries to flip it over. Goes right to Martins. Rannoch has a potential break here. Takes his head up.
Just misses the net. Saxton's looking to collect. You can see as he comes around the back of the net, he's always turning his stick to that open forehand to give himself the option to either pass, flip it up, or go straight through the open lane because, like you said earlier, he is such a shifty stick handler.
And that's what he's doing. Harris Fareed collects the ball in his own zone, looking for that one possible opening.
That's all it's going to take is one.
With Jake Saxton and Alex Pitts put on pressure, Liam Miller deflects it to Saxton. Saxton has Pitts to his left. And Martins and Fareed are putting the pressure on Saxton. Fareed trying to cut in deep there. Rannoch comes out of nowhere. Oh, just misses the net with that chip shot.
That chip is something that the Toros are really showing that they're a fan of with those low side shots when the opportunity presents itself on the back end.
Saxton and Rannoch are fighting for the ball. Smith has the ball right behind the net. Trying to give it to Alex Pitts. Alex Pitts passes it to Saxton, who's met by Harris Fareed.
Great play by Miller there to give Saxton some extra space. Pitts going into the open lane.
Pitts with almost that shot, but it's blocked by McLean and Martins. Saxton is coming back for the ball, but he's looking over his shoulder, seeing what he can make out of it.
Taking his time, seeing what's open. Finds a hole.
Middle's open, right to Pitts. Pitts chips it.
Crash in the net. Saxton's
Very
looking
close.
for an open shot.
Oh!
Saxton with a little let's go as he puts that one in the short side on DePoche.
You know, you all take that deep breath when Saxton has the ball. You don't know what he's going to do with it.
We got 56 seconds left here in the second period, and now the power play are out to a 3-0 lead. Some changes in the lineup. We got Romano coming onto the court for the Toros along with Ogo.
Romano had a big game last game, so let's see if he can bring that to the team.
Romano definitely showed last game when we played him that shot definitely is deadly when he gets the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. He can shoot from anywhere, it almost seems like. Raunek is now going deep for that ball. Has the ball, but loses it to Pitts.
Great shutting down the lane by McLean. Pitts still finds a shot, though.
He almost had that corner. He saw it, but great save by DePoche.
Battling for the ball in the corner here. Ogo gets it out to Raunek. Almost had the breakout. Saxton has possession, though. Oh, baby. The flippy backhand shot from Saxton creating dangerous opportunities.
Very, very creative player, but DePoche saw that all the way.
10 seconds left in the period. Let's see if we got time for one more rush here by Ogo.
Taking his time. He has 5 seconds. Everyone's yelling at him to shoot. Taking his time. If he had an extra second or two, could have had a really good opportunity to score there.
We got 2 periods down. Power play are out to a 3-0 lead. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust to close this out, or if they end up going with the same strategy, as captains are going over to chat with the referees, it looks like here.
Don't know what they're talking about, but maybe we'll find that out soon in a bit. But let's take some time to talk about what did you think of that period, Ben?
I think that the power play definitely showed their ability to take advantage of the higher zone shots. They created some extra space that wasn't necessarily there at the start of the game, and they're definitely deadly from up top, especially Saxton.
Well, it's like you said, a lot of those goals were set up through face-offs. So you got to be mindful of how effective and like strategic they are with their face-offs, and you got to neutralize that somehow. You got to make sure you're on Saxton if you're the Toros. And if you're the Philadelphia power play, you just got to keep going. Like you're playing a good, solid game. You got to keep attacking. Don't want to let up, especially against the Toros. If the Toros score one goal, they could be right back in the game really fast.
Absolutely, because as we were talking about earlier in the game, momentum is such a key when it comes to these tournament level games, and it'll be interesting to see if they can catch some of that momentum as they start the third period to mount a comeback.
Oh, you know what? This is a much-needed break for both teams. I see Harris Fareed trying to pump his team up. As a captain, you got to make sure that your team is always going. And I am looking over at the Philadelphia power play. The coach is talking to the core team and like telling them you got to keep going. Got to keep going strong. Can't let up. And it's their recipe for success. They won the NAFA tournament last year, after all. Like, they're a team to be reckoned with, and you know, give it credit to the Toronto Toros. Like, they're getting them a run for their money.
And this game is by no means out of reach yet. It's just going to be a matter of them playing the system that's been so effective early on in the game, bringing that aggressive forecheck into the third period, and seeing if they can create those turnovers for shots on net.
And you know what? Just as a shooter, just get those shots on. If D'Amico's going to stop them, then you got to be ready for the rebound. But the Philadelphia power play are very good at covering up those rebounds as well.
It looks to me like the group that's going to start the period for the Toros is having a conversation about the way that they'd like to play the start of the period. We're looking at Ogo, Raunek, Romano, DePoche, and McLean starting for the Toros.
And it looks like we're seeing Smith, Miller, Pitts, Saxton, and D'Amico. It's their bread and butter. It's the line that they've gone with for majority of the game. And why fix something if it's not broken?
You know, I do love bread and butter. I definitely think that's a good way to go about it.
Oh, I think you can never complain about bread and butter. All right, we're coming up, like, final 20 seconds of the intermission. You see the Toros are all ready to go. They're fired up. They want to go. And the Philadelphia power play are now making their way. They're ready to go. They want to make sure that everyone's on board with their strategies. And
one of the Toros assistant coaches, Emmett Britton, out there talking to his players to make sure that everyone's on the same page with the strategy we're using to start the period. And it looks like everyone is good to go here.
All right, now we're like Ogo versus Pitts and the face-off. It's been pretty well even match in face-offs, like and face-off win percentage, I would say.
It's interesting to see some of the adaptations that the power play have made in the face-off. Obviously keeping in mind that they're the home team, but it seems that these set plays that we've been referring to have made a big difference in this game.
Ogo had a shot, almost went in, but it went off the pads of D'Amico. They're trying for a rebound, they're jamming away. D'Amico's just holding his ground. And Saxon collects the ball.
Good battle here by both teams. Saxton still comes out with that ball.
He's making a play for Pitts to collect the ball. Ogo's going to try and meet him on the other side of the net, but Pitts realizes that and does a stretch pass to Jake Saxton. Saxton taking his time. Oh, just misses the ball. That was so close.
Here's an interesting adaptation.
Oh, he flips it over the net for Miller.
Here's an interesting adaptation that happened on that breakout for the Toros. They had Romano as the last man back and McLean playing farther up in the zone.
That is an interesting play because it's hard for level 3 to take on Jake Saxton one-on-one. So why not try and have a level 2 like Romano, who has an active stick, go one-on-one with Saxton?
That said, it looks like McLean did a good job creating space, and it created a great wraparound opportunity for the Toros.
Saxton with the ball by the boards. Smith trying to create some space as they're going along center line. Almost went outside, but it did not. Ogo stretching out his stick, anticipating the shot. Good positional play by Toronto Toros and Nasib Ogo.
And that's exactly how you shut down those outside shots. You got to be on them all the time, make sure they've got no space to get that release.
Raunak trying to make that pass to Ogo. Nice pass. Back to Raunak, but Raunak can't collect the ball. That would have been a great, great chance. But now we have Saxton and Miller going down. Saxton with a shot, he scores!
Saxton with that deadly wrister again. He's just going to work this game as far as picking those corners when he gets his opportunity.
That's so hard to, because when you're going down and having such a close chance to score, you kind of lose positioning, and that's what happened and allowed for a 2-on-1 for the Philadelphia power play. And Saxton's going to score on those 9 times out of 10.
We'll see what adjustments we see as Pitts and Ogo are lining up for this face-off.
Power play up 4-0 with 13 minutes to go in the third period. Pitts with the ball, taking a shot, just misses the net. So close to being 5-0, but DePoche really had a good eye on that.
And I do think, despite the 4-0 lead for the power play, DePoche has had a very solid game with the high-quality shots that have been coming through on the odd breakout.
Do you know, like, I've been losing sight of the ball, but DePoche hasn't. He's stayed focused. You know what? He's always focused on the play. Raunak with a chance to break away. Scores!
Oh, Raunak! What a dangle from Ramin Raunak as he goes forehand, backhand, and just tucks it behind D'Amico.
And that's how you're going to score on D'Amico. D'Amico is so strong in the front, and like, he can't see behind him, but still great shot, great chance.
And the fans are really getting into this game as the cowbells kick up for the Toros.
Well, we got some Toros fans right beside us, but it's a great game that we're having here. Saxton comes back to collect the ball, but is pressured by Raunak and Ogo, but he goes behind the net. Miller sets up a play, and so does Smith. Saxton waiting for that open seam so he can break through.
That lane is just going to, whether the other team likes it or not, Saxton is going to find a lane that you don't realize exists.
We're playing on the forecheck, but Saxton passes it to Pitts, and Pitts passes it back to Saxton, but Raunak breaks that up.
Raunak says, get that
Stays
out of my house.
Pitts to Miller. Miller taking the ball.
Battle in the corner here. Saxton comes out with it again.
Still fighting for it behind the Toronto net. But now it's over in the corner. Alex Pitts is trying to collect the ball.
Raonic with the play behind the net.
Romano's going to get that ball. Tries to do a breakout pass.
Oh,
Ogo
here we
might
go.
have a chance.
Oh,
Might have been offside. Oh, we have a penalty.
Christine making that call. It looks like Raunic's the one headed to the box.
That's tough to see. Ogo had a chance, but it did miss the net, unfortunately. Now we have a power play for the Philadelphia power play.
And it's probably going to be a deadly one with the set face-off plays we've seen throughout this game.
Now we see Michael Martins taking the face-off against Alex Pitts. Liam Miller is going to be trying to close off that gap. Miller with a forecheck. Dumps it down for Pitts, maybe for a wraparound, and he scores.
Another face-off that leads to an offensive opportunity for the power play and ultimately a goal, as we're looking at a 5-0 game with 11:16 to go in the third period. These face-off plays.
5-1.
5-1, thank you for the correction on that. Taking a look at the scoreboard, and I forgot about the awesome breakaway that Raonic scored on a few moments ago.
Well, now Raonic is back out, and we have Fareed in for Ogo.
Megan Hines now on the court for the Toros.
And she tries to pass it in, but Saxon collects the ball. But Fareed is fighting for that ball, and Fareed collects it, going down the wing as he dumps it down.
Another shot block by Bryce Smith.
Smith has been very active in this game, and he's been a big factor for the team. High stick, but it's collected by the Toros, so there's no stoppage in play. Saxon collecting the ball. Saxon making a breakout for it, but Raonic is putting on that pressure to disrupt that shot for Saxon. Freed now collects the ball, tucks it in. Michael Martins has a chance. A clean break, shot, just misses the net. Great opportunity, and Michael Martins has a deadly shot. Don't want to leave him wide open.
This game is really starting to open up and go much more back and forth than we saw in the first two periods.
Nice stop by Dan DePoche as he raises his stick to stop that. Fareed with a shot that goes out of bounds. We have a stoppage in play. Face-off is to the right of the Philadelphia Nets. Martins versus Pitts. Martins wins the draw. Passes it back to Raonic, and they're going to have to go back to their own zone. Resets.
Saxton with the pass. Fareed shuts that down.
Risky play, but Raonic is making a break for it. Takes a shot, just misses the net. Now Pitts collects the ball.
Going down the board, Saxton. Pitts gets the ball.
Making some dangles, making some moves.
Oh!
Goes bar down.
Soft mitts by Alex Pitts right there. Forehand, backhand, forehand, bar down.
You don't see many of those, but that was an absolute beauty.
Now the question becomes who's a better stick handler, Saxton or Pitts?
Do you know what? That is a debate that we can have much later on. It's beautiful to watch. Now let's get back to the face-off. so we're now at run time now with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go. But if the Toros can score a goal, we'll be back to stop time and maybe for them to get back into this game. Megan Hines sending a pick for Michael Martins to seam maybe. Stoppage in play as it goes out of bounds.
And as you said, with the 5-goal lead for the power play, we are looking at run time, and that's an interesting factor in this tournament, as when you get these 5-goal leads, that can also give you an advantage as far as closing it out with the momentum factor that we've been discussing as well.
But the opposing team, you want to score that next goal quickly to make it down to a 4-goal game so you can go back to stop time and hopefully get back in the game. There's Free with the ball, dumps it down. Michael Martins to collect. It's met by Jake Saxton. Jake Saxton, or Alex Pitt strips in the ball, but it goes right to Ramin Raunak. Now Raunak loses it to Miller. Miller is going behind the net. Tries to do a sneaky chip pass from the net.
DePoche very active in the net there.
Poche is being very active, but he's also got to be very careful about knocking the net off.
We've got 7 minutes left in this game. What do you think the Toros have to do to start mounting a comeback?
Got to maintain possession of the ball. Got to cycle around. As Saxton almost scores to make it a 6-goal game, but just misses.
Another set face-off play by the power play. It looks to me like they love to have that level 2 up high as they take those face-offs for a potential open shot.
Yep, and that's something every team's got to look for. Can't leave that open man, especially if that open man is Jake Saxton.
Fareed fighting for the ball.
Along with Alex Pitts. Now Martins collects the ball.
Martins is coming in for that bomb.
But he's met by Jake Saxton. Saxton closes that up. And we have a piece of a wheelchair on the court now.
Referee Tim slowly walking over to just casually pick that up.
We don't want any debris on the court. Free little backhand pass for Martins. Martins now with the ball behind the net. It's met with Alex Pitts and Bryce Smith. Now Saxton with the ball, looking for a seam or something. Sees that Pitts is open, but still taking his time.
Fareed challenges to take that pass away. Great play by him.
Now, you got to pressure Saxton. He's just going to be killing the clock with that ball possession. But chance, shot. Oh.
Miller looking to bang that home on the doorstep.
But it's a good save by Dan DePoche. Backhand pass. Was that another bar down backhand shot by Alex Pitts?
It absolutely was. He's just loving that bar down shot this game.
He's a fun player to watch for sure.
This whole Philadelphia power play team has been fun to watch as they've developed over the years, and they are such a deadly team now.
Now we're looking at possibly some changes. I see Aliciandro possibly going in net for Toronto Toros. Dan DePoche, you know, he should not be too disappointed. Like, he did the best he could, made some absolutely stellar saves out there.
He had such a solid performance, and we're also seeing Rachel Dean come in on the back end for the Toros. Saxton with that ball possession. Here comes Ogo. He stripped him.
But, you know, Saxton knew that he had pressure on him, so he passed the ball to another teammate. Saxton taking his time, just going back and forth behind his net. Now chips it past Ogo along the boards, but Martins is there to collect the ball.
Martin's looking for that open shot. Here it comes.
Nice save, but it rolls in. What a shot.
Michael Martin's just getting that bomb to go to work for him. I'm not sure if Ogo banged in the rebound, but we'll find out here shortly.
There's a nice shot by Martins. Toronto Toros fans are getting a bit out of control here. They can't be tamed.
It's great to see the passion from both sets of fans as we look at the end of this game. We've
Yeah.
got 3 minutes left here.
Pitts taking his time with the ball in the corner. Dumps it past to Saxon along the other side. Saxon taking his time. But he loses the ball to Ogo. Ogo taking his time with the ball. Trying for that open shot, something. We'll pass it to Ranak. Ranak loses it. Now it's done back into the zone. For Rachel Dean to collect, and Michael Martins collects.
Saxton says nope, and he closes that lane. Martins gets it out of the zone, and Pitts picks it up. Great knockdown by Martins.
Martin's going to be taking that shot, but Saxon read it like a book. Almost offside, but Ranak is back onside. Martins takes a shot. Hits off the arm of Pitts, but it's going to be a high stick, and we get a stoppage in play. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. It would be a 2-minute warning if this is football, but this is not football.
We ain't talking about football here, Jeff. We're talking about power hockey. But this has been a phenomenal game to watch as we close in on the end of it here with a 7-2 lead for the power play.
Pitts with the ball, trying to clear it.
Look at the height on that clearing attempt.
Good arc and went straight to Saxton. And Saxton with a little backflip shot attempt. That is incredible. Saxton is, like I said, one of the most, if not the most creative player in power hockey.
Definitely with his shot selection. Battling for it in the corner here as we close in on the last minute of play of this game.
Still fighting for it. We got Miller, Saxon, and Ranak in the corner, and they're just going to stop the play.
Referee Tim says that's enough of that. Let's take a face-off as we got 50 seconds left on the clock.
Pitts versus Martins. Saxon now with the ball.
Ogo takes away that shot. Saxton taking it back. Oh, what a nice fake spin move. Pitts ends up with the ball.
Now it goes into the corner. Michael Martins has the ball. Taking his time with it. As Rachel Dean sets up that open pass or open play. Ranak now with the ball. Blocked by Bryce Smith yet again. Now Jake Saxton, Ogo with the final shot, but that's game. With the final score, the Philadelphia Power Play 7 and the Toronto Toros 2. But you know what? I still thought the Toronto Toros had played one heck of a game.
Yeah, I felt like it was very tightly contested all the way through, and it was just a couple of set plays by the power play that really made the difference in the game. And it will be interesting to see how both teams adjust going into tomorrow's games and play out the rest of the tournament.
Well, now I know that Philadelphia Power Play against us, Calgary Selects, and I believe the Toronto Lake Raiders tomorrow? Yes.
That sounds right to me.
And the Toronto Toros play against the Michigan Mustangs, and then they play against the Toronto Lake Raiders. Battle Toronto tomorrow, and I guess we'll see who will finish first and all the placements before we get to the elimination games.
I think this was just a high-quality game by both teams, and I look forward to more exciting action tomorrow. But I think that's it for us here, Jeff.
Well, it was a pleasure to call this game, and we will be calling another game tomorrow. I do not know what game we're calling tomorrow. Do you, by any chance?
We're going to be calling the Philadelphia PowerPlay playing against the Michigan Mustangs, if I remember correctly.
I think it's they are playing. Because they played Michigan Mustangs already.
Yeah.
So it must be the Toronto Lake Raiders.
You'll see us at some point
Yes.
tomorrow, folks. Same time, same station. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the game.
Have a good one, folks, and enjoy the rest of the hockey. Bye.